Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We had previously brought to your attention that there were a number of narratives released by the Idaho State Police, never before seen by the public, which provided insight into their major role that they played in the investigation into the crimes that happened at 1122 King Road. I'd like to call your attention to a particular narrative at this time. This is a 3-page document. It says interview, name is redacted. The summary narrative here addresses the fact that on November 18th, 2022, Idaho State Police investigations Sergeant Dave Cortez and Detective Chris Pohanka interviewed blank regarding the unalivings of Madison, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan. The interview took place at blank's residence located at blank Buell, Idaho. And then what many of the reports have when they're dealing with either a suspect or a witness, it will have the names of the victims listed. And then the witness. This witness is described as a white male, age 22 at the time, living in Buell, Idaho. That's where his residence is. But he was living in Moscow at the time of the crimes. We know that by looking at the narrative section. Paragraph 1, on November 18th at approximately 11:55 a.m., ISP Detective Chris Pohanka and I interviewed blank. The interview took place at blank residence located in Buell. Paragraph 2, blank relayed to us the following. Paragraph 3, he is roommates with blank. 4, he has known Kaylee since freshman year. They were in the same pledge class. They've hung out together periodically over the past 4 years. He has visited her house in Coeur d'Alene once. Paragraph 5, he knew Xana as well, but not as well as Kaylee. He also knew Maddie as well, but they didn't hang out a lot. Paragraph 6, Kaylee and blank had been dating since high school. They're on and off and have broken up twice. They had recently broken up because she accepted a job in Dallas. So they were settling things before she left after the semester. They broke up about 2 months ago. Going into page number 3, paragraph 7. He never heard from Kaylee about anyone stalking her or giving her bad vibes. Paragraph 8. He had heard there was someone following her out of Winco a couple months ago. He had heard from friends. She had someone follow her out of the Winco to her car. He heard that story from blank, a sorority sister of Kaylee's. Blank is in California right now, and her phone number is, and that number is redacted. Paragraph 9. He works at blank in Moscow. So he saw Kaylee, Maddie, and blank leave blank together that night. That was the last time he saw them. Paragraph 10. They said they were going to John's Alley and were trying to get some friends to go with them. They didn't end up going there, though. He didn't know where they were before they showed up at blank. Paragraph 11. He had seen Xana at some parties but didn't really know her very personally. He tried to recruit Ethan into his fraternity, but otherwise didn't really know him. Paragraph 12. He doesn't know of anyone who might have wanted to hurt any of them. They were all really nice people. Paragraph 13, blank wouldn't have harmed Kaylee. He loves her and thought they would be married. They have a great relationship even when they were not together. He has a calm and kind person. He's into sports, not an outdoorsman. He doesn't own a weapon. He has never heard blank even say anything bad about Kaylee. Paragraph 14. There is an apartment complex behind the victim's house that has a lot of, quote, sketchy, end of quote, people in it. There are registered offenders living in it. That place is behind blank apartments. There are windows facing the girl's house, and it's adjacent to it. It's a brown brick apartment complex. Paragraph 15, we concluded the interview. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I could point out a few things here. We've heard this comment several times from other witnesses in documents we've looked at in paragraph 10, that the three people mentioned in paragraph 9, Kaylee, Maddie, and blank, who were leaving blank together that night. Many people have said that the destination for the three is John's Alley, but there's never been an explanation that we've been able to see so far of what was it, if this is true, that caused Kaylee, Maddie, and then this third person to change their plans and then go on to the grub truck instead. The point that jumps out to me, giving my opinion, is paragraph 14. The statements that are located here: sketchy people, offenders, right behind the 1122 King Road property, right next to it, adjacent to it, sketchy people, and also registered offenders. There doesn't appear to be any follow-up inquiry here, at least in this narrative. Perhaps it is on the voice recording that was taken of this interview, but this, to me, just giving my opinion, that this just seems a key fact. Look at how early in the investigation this was. This was day 5, the 18th of November of 2022, very early on in the investigation. What follow-up questions were asked about this apartment complex? What did the interviewee say if there was any follow-up questions? What investigation and vetting did law enforcement do of this apartment complex to determine if anyone living there might have been a person of interest, a suspect, or a witness? These are questions that remain unanswered at this time, rhetorical questions as they are. If you have any comments, any thoughts, any opinions on this narrative, leave them here, please. Until next time, this is Kathy. Thank you for joining us here today.